Hey teachers, this is a sample handwriting lesson that you can use in your classroom with your students. If you'd like to get all the worksheets and access to all 26 lowercase video lessons, just click the link in the description box below to check it out. I hope you enjoy the lesson. Hey there, handwriting friends. We're ready to practice another letter. This is letter Y. Letter Y touches the fence line, and it also digs down into the dirt. So letter Y is a hanging letter because the tail goes below the grass line where most letters sit. We're going to start letter Y at the fence line. When we make letter Y, we make some leaning lines. So we start at the fence line and we pull a line down and to the right to get to the grass line. Then we pick up our pencil and we jump up to the fence line. Then we go down into the left, all the way down into the dirt. So this letter actually goes to the right, and then we pick up, and then we make a line that goes towards the left. Let's go ahead and practice writing letter Y with our finger. I want you to point to the star with your finger, and you're going to trace it as we go. Ready? Down and to the right, pick up, down and to the left, all the way into the dirt. Wonderful job. Let's try writing it in the air one more time. Get your finger ready. Down and to the right to the grass line, and then to the fence. We're going to go down and to the left, all the way down into the dirt. What a great job. Now you're ready to practice on your paper. Here we go. We're going to practice writing letter Y. This is another letter with leaning lines. So we have straight lines, but they're slanted. So Y starts at the fence line and we slant our line down to the grass line. Then we lift up, we jump up to the fence line again, and we lean our line down and it goes down into the dirt. So Y is a hanging letter because it hangs down below the grass line. Now we're going to practice making this letter Y. So go ahead and grab your crayon or your marker. Ready? We're going to start at the star at the fence line and slant that line down to the grass, then lift up, jump up to the fence, and lean that line down into the dirt. And we've got to go back over the place where we lifted up here to close the Y off. Otherwise, it would just look like two lines next to each other. Okay, so we're going to start at the star and go down to the grass line, lift up to the fence, and then down into the dirt. Great. So we just want to keep those lines leaning and then lift and then cross the place where we lifted from because we want to close that Y in. One more time here, lift up and to the fence and then down into the dirt. Now this is one of the letters that we do lift up our pencil on. It's just a little easier to pick it up than to try and trace back over some of these lines. It would get a little awkward. Okay, two more on this line, lift up and then to the fence and slant down. Start at the star and slant down, lift up, and make the other line. Great. Now we're going to do one on the next line. Lift up and slant. Okay, we're going to go to the grass, lift up. We've got to go through that circle again and then all the way down into the dirt. So when we're making this line down where we stopped here, just kind of helps us know where to go. Slant down and then slant down into the dirt. One more on our own, slant to the grass, lift up to the fence, and then down into the dirt. And another one to trace. Great. And another one on our own, lift and go to the fence, then down into the dirt. Two more to trace, and if you need to pause to catch up, you can do that at any time. All right, and then two on our own, down to the grass, to the fence, and then down into the dirt. Slant to the grass, and then down into the dirt. Wonderful. We're ready to start practicing letter Y and some words. This word is yum. Look at that ice cream cone. That does look like it'd be pretty yummy. So make that Y, slant in, go to the fence, and then down into the dirt. The U starts at the star and curves to the grass line, then up and then down. M is slip down, slide up. Then we do it one more time to get two humps on the M. Ooh, I got off a little bit there, but that's okay. Just keep going. Now let's write the word key. K starts at the skyline and goes down, lift to the fence line, lean in, lean out. E goes across, curves up and around. Y, slants down, lift up, go to the fence, and then down into the dirt. This next word is pay. We're going to write our P, we slip down, we trace back up, around, and close the circle. The A circles around, up, and then down. Y slants down, then we lift, go to the fence, and then slant down into the ground. This word is city. Some people live in the city, and some people live in the country. There's your circle C, I drops from the top, lift and dot. T is a straight line down, and then we cross at the fence line. Y goes from the fence line to the grass line, then it goes to the fence, and then down into the dirt. Now we're going to write the word yay. Look how happy she is. She's jumping with joy. Y slants down to the fence and then down into the dirt. A, circle around, up and then down. Y is going to be slanting again, or leaning lines. This word's play, and she's playing some music. That looks fun. P slips down, slides up, around, close the circle. L goes straight down. A curves around, up and then down. And then Y leans down and then leans into the dirt. Our last word is yogurt. Oh, I like strawberry yogurt. That is so tasty. We are going to start at the star and we are going to slant down, lift up, go to the fence, and then lean that line down into the dirt. O is going to go around like circle C and close. G does the same thing, but then we come back down into the dirt and curve. U comes down at a curve and then goes up and back down. R, slip down, slide up and make your curve. T is a drop from the top and cross. Great job! Now we're ready to find letter Y written correctly. So let's check these out and see which ones are right. Look at this first one. Well, it does look like a Y and it does have leaning lines, but what's wrong with it? They started up at the skyline to make it, so it's not a hanging letter. They've made it a tall letter, so that is not correct. How about this one? It goes from the fence line down to the grass line and then from the fence line down into the dirt. They didn't quite touch the fence line there, but that's okay. It still looks correct. How about this one? They went down and then, oh, they didn't lift their pencil up and come up to the fence. They actually went up to the fence, and then when they came down, this line isn't really leaning as much, so it kind of ended up looking funny. So that one is not correct. What do you think about this Y? Is it right? It is. It touches the fence line and it hangs down into the dirt, so that one is written correctly also. How about this one? It looks like they went down into the dirt first and then lifted up, came to the fence, and made the shorter line. That one's actually backwards. It's just flipped around. Look at this next one. Down, lift, and then lean into the dirt. That one looks great. What's going on with this one here? It looks like a Y. It's just way too short. They didn't make it a hanging letter. They tried to make the top part of the Y small so they could fit the tail on the grass line, but we know the tail goes down into the dirt, so that one's not correct. Let's look at this next one. Lean down and then up to the fence and lean into the dirt. Yep, that one looks great. And then let's look at this last Y. Well, it looks like a Y, but what's wrong with it? They didn't bring this first line down to the grass. They kept it really short, so this part of the Y is just too small, and it might be a little confusing because it's not down here at the grass line where it should be. You did such a great job as always. Now that you've practiced letter Y with me and you've searched for it written correctly, you can take some time to practice writing letter Y on your own. I will catch you in the next video lesson.